The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene alongside, as always, rolling on with our NFL draft prep. 2021 NFL draft coming up on Thursday, April the 29th. So we're a week away from the airing of this video. The Los Angeles Chargers, what do they need? They have done a great job in this offseason of bolstering that offensive line with Matt Filer and Corey Linsley. And the overall thought is that they are going to add a left tackle in the first round of this draft, picking at number 13. I think that's their best bet.
That's what they would love to do. The way that the first round broke down for me, it didn't go that way. I have them taking J.C. Horn from South Carolina. I have them taking Sam Cosmi, the left tackle from Texas, in the second round.
I like that. I like both of those. After Casey Hayward is gone, they could very well use another guy in the secondary.
I like J.C. Horn, and I think if the draft breaks down the way that I think it's going to, Rashawn Slater and Penny Sewell are both gone. Mm-hmm. So they add J.C. Horn to that secondary. It strengthened that defense even a little bit more. I think the defense is going to be markedly improved this year. And that gives that's a weapon that nobody talks about for Justin Herbert. If he doesn't have to play hero ball the way he did last year, where he knew that it was going to be a struggle for them to stop anybody, I think that will take him even to the next level.
I agree. Adding to the offensive line, like I said, they did a great job in free agency. Now with a tackle, with Sam Cosmi, I feel pretty good about that, and they should feel pretty good about that going forward with Justin Herbert, because we learned you got to take care of your quarterbacks. Justin Herbert's already going to be the face of this franchise for the future with an outstanding rookie year. So adding some protection for him on the front line, obviously a key. They also need to add an edge rusher.
I agree, and I'm not going to lie to you, Joe Trion's not my favorite guy in this draft class. I can't figure out where to put him. He's real long. He's a little thin. I've just never seen him do it. Mm-hmm. There are flash plays, but in terms of in his life, I don't think he's ever graded above a 75 in any game. So he's just not consistent. He needs to be on a team where he can come in, get after the quarterback, and get out. He's a bull rush kind of guy. I think he goes nicely on the other side of Joey Bosa. Depending on the team, I think he could fit nicely into an NFL role. I think the Chargers would be a fit. There are a lot of other teams that you'll hear me talk about Joe Trion, and I won't like it.
Darwin James is an otherworldly talent in this league. He's probably the best safety in the NFL, in my opinion. The problem is he can't stay healthy. But they have to get somebody else at the safety position. Now you've got Paris Ford going in.
Paris Ford's a guy that's fallen like a rock.
And you think him and Darwin James would be a hell of a tandem playing at the same time?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I think Paris Ford would be a good third safety on this team. He can play over the top. It's not his strong suit. He's more of a box guy. You saw at his workout, I want to say he ran like a 4.8 or something like that.
It's not good.
It may have been higher than that. He was very slow, but he's a very good tackler. I think he would be a nice weapon because Darwin James can play over the top. Darwin James can do damn near anything. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of keeping him healthy. Paris Ford's a guy that I think you're going to be able to get late in this draft, that the talent and the tape say he should go way higher than he will because everybody's freaking out at the fact how slow he ran in a straight line. I'm just not that worried about it. I've watched the tape. I've seen how fast. I never thought he was a burner, but he's not that slow. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those that I think that could be a value pick. I think the Chargers are a smart team, and I could very easily see them seeing the talent in Paris Ford and wanting to pair him with Darwin James.
Yeah, most of the targets are back for Justin Herbert this year between Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Obviously, Hunter Henry is now in New England. So they could consider adding a tight end, although they have Jared Cook, and there's apparently some rumors that they might be in on Zach Ertz from Philadelphia. But a third wide receiver is really on their list here. I don't think anybody who watched last year went, yeah, Jalen Guyton is really going to be a steady target. I'm not saying he's bad. What I'm saying is I don't think I want him as my 3. He's a great 4.
No, and I don't know, with Mike Williams, I don't know what the future holds with him because he's had a lot of injury issues. I look at a guy in Simi Fehoko from Stanford. He has a lot of things that I can't teach you to be. I can't teach you to be 6'4", 230. I can't teach you to be freakishly fast. The one thing that you're going to have to teach him to do is play wide receiver because he doesn't know how to do it. Doesn't know how to catch. He has really bad hands. Some of the worst I've ever seen, actually. Great height, weight, speed guy. This is one of those, can you make him a guy? And I think with the Chargers, where you don't have a ton of needs, this could be a big boom. This could be a boom pick to me because he's otherworldly good as a deep threat. Yeah, I've heard people compare him to a really unpolished DK Metcalf, which is dumb to me because DK Metcalf is a much more polished receiver than he is.
Right.
But this is a guy that it's a project. You're going to take him later in this draft, and I'm okay with that. I look at him being as big of a target as he is, somebody that Herbert's going to be familiar with from the time they played in the Pac-12 together. Not saying they know each other, just they know of each other. And 2 California guys, maybe you see where I'm headed with this.
One of the biggest problems for the LA Chargers last year was they could not close out games. They lost a lot of games, and we blamed Anthony Lynn for a lot of that. Bad coaching can, obviously cause you to lose some games. They now have Brandon Staley as their head coach. So
that's the biggest addition of the offseason, by the way.
Better than Corey Linsley and 100%. Matt Filer? Okay.
Somebody that understands how the clock works. Right. Welcome to the team, Brandon Staley.
Right.
I love this team, and I love Justin Herbert.
Keep him healthy. You don't have a lot of holes that you have to fill. You got 9 picks in the NFL draft.
Swing hard. There are a lot of guys in this draft that can be very, very good in the long run if you put the time into them, if you cater the schemes to them, if you're willing to be patient with them. The Chargers are able to do that, and I think they're one of the teams that are going to knock this draft out of the park.
Over under 8.5 wins for them next year. Over 8.5. All right, I'll take the over as well. It's a team that I believe in. I believe in Justin Herbert. It only took me 1 year to see him on the field to realize that he's not the bust that I said he was going to be coming into the draft last year.
Hey, it only took you a 64th as long as it took me because it took me 1 quarter to go, oh, there's that. Well, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. Los Angeles Chargers, they're ready to knock it out of the park in the NFL draft, and we will be here in the Wicked Weed studio live with instant reactions to all of the picks in the NFL draft. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. We'll see you next time. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene.